Okay. We're live, I believe. I believe we are live. If I'm not mistaken. Let me go to blue sky. Blue sky. Big blue sky. Meow, 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 meow. The live is indeed lively, like lifelike. Oh my goodness. What's going on, Safari Miner? Very lifelike, the living. 1 second, I'm just getting some more stuff done. Post. Heavy post. How are we doing though? Alright, I'm gonna put on some music in a sec. Maybe not. Maybe we just raw dog streaming without any music whatsoever. No music whatsoever. We just experience it in its totality. Its totality. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Good. I'm doing good, man. Did a lot of stuff today, and now we can finally sit down and do some game deving. Code to Quebec music? I'd rather listen to no music. Actually, I don't know. I don't know nothing about Quebec. But I'm very picky with my music. I like a lot of things, but a lot of specific things. If that makes any sense. Alright. Post. Cross post. Okay. I think it is time for a gamer face reveal. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, I have to get rid of this. 1 second, let me close out this version of StreamWorld and instead use this version, which only has the the time and then the Twitch chat, I think. Delicious. Scrum diddly umptious. Let me take some coffee. Because I'm apparently a coffee person now. That's a very new development. I'm not used to that. I used to never be able to take coffee at all. Never. Now I'm 27 years old. And I'm already, within the first 2 or 3 weeks of taking coffee somewhat, I've already built up somewhat of immunity. That's crazy. Alright, anyways. Enough me. How about we get into the Gamu? The big Gamu. Messy Mansion. That's kind of the important thing, right? Messy Mansion. Yeah, I'm falling for the trick. The Faustian bargain that is coffee. That is coffee. Caffeine. It feels nothing. It does nothing for me. It's crazy. I take it. I used to be so sensitive to coffee because it would I would take it, and it would make me feel very sick. I wouldn't feel awake or anything. I would just have an elevated heartbeat. Sometimes I would have my heart would skip beats, and I had to wear like a monitor for the summer because it wouldn't go away. And it used to actually, it was just bad, but and it didn't benefit me in any way. But now I could take it, and it does still. I don't think it does anything, except make my heart rate mildly elevated at the best of times. But I've been drinking this past 2 days, and I feel nothing. So I'm just trying to wait for the psychosomatic effect to kick in. I'm trying to wait for that. Oh, my cookies are gone. I ate all my cookies. I'm waiting for that. What's that science term? The placebo to kick in. Some kind of psychosomatic effect. At about 14 or 15, at first, caffeine has a huge effect on you, and then it stops working, so you're fine. You're like, haha, I'm not addicted, except the days I didn't drink coffee, I was so damn tired, it wasn't even funny. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, it's not even about addiction. Like, I don't actually think it provides any, to my understanding, the reason why it didn't affect me at all or benefit me much was because apparently I have ADHD. I do have ADHD, that's for sure. And caffeine's metabolized a bit different for people who have ADHD, which probably explains why caffeine never benefited me. I'm trying it to see if anything happens, but I feel nothing. I just feel tired still. And my heart doesn't even get elevated or anything. And it doesn't mean like I have a dependency, because I stop. Like, I tried it like 1 or twice a week. Then this past week and a half, haven't taken any coffee at all, just to see, let's just make sure I'm not, like, I never take it consecutive days. At most I take it twice a week, right? These past 3 weeks I started taking it. First week took it twice, second week took it once, took a break this week, and then yesterday and today I've taken it. And between that time when I haven't, those long breaks where I haven't taken any coffee, no effect on me whatsoever. And then the days I'm taking it, it's the same exact thing. I feel equally as tired as the previous days. So I'm not sure what is the point. Lucky bastard isn't addicted yet. Well, it does nothing. That's like, there's nothing to be addicted to. That's the thing. I know the one thing that will probably manifest is that you'll start having blood flow constriction, and then you can start having withdrawals. But that's literally just getting a negative for no reason, right? I'm just gonna, if I keep doing it, the worst that happens is that I end up needing to have coffee, or else I get a headache. Nothing. I never experienced that in my life. I just know that's what happens. But I don't know. Nothing have zero effect on me, and I'm not trying to push the limit either. Because I don't want to go back to the days of feeling very weird. Okay, we introduced some weird code here. Let me undo this stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to get this freaking So I didn't complete, but the lighting system, our custom light rendering pipeline, is largely implemented and done. I think I've already showed it in previous streams, so it actually looks pretty cool. And now I've actually been focused on just working on designing a level, and designing this level. But yeah, it's coming together pretty well. There's some things I need to make. But now it's like mostly thinking in terms of assets and less so in terms of systems. There is one big system I am going to have to implement at some point. But I'm not going to think about that right now. Not going to think about it. I also want to make a dynamic music system. I don't know why my pause stuff has been broken lately though. I made a single push recently, or change that's broken, that has broken the pause menu, so I can't turn off the music and just have ambience. A lot of empty space here, so you either gotta add some contraptions, some traps, or something. What's going on here? Ooh, we're chugging some frames. I wonder why. Oh, 1 second. I'm curious now. Are these set to per? No, they're per vertex right now. So one thing I've been thinking about is thinking about potentially working on physics collision culling. Because right now there's a lot of physics objects that are going to end up happening in this world. And I'm thinking about having things only be used in the physics calculation, either within a certain sphere, or maybe even within a certain frustrum of the camera. Things to consider. Things to consider. But yeah, there's like the first area. We have like an idea. That's like the first area kind of laid out. A lot of the whole large blocking is done. The whole path from start to beginning is basically mapped out. So now it's kind of a question of how we're going to fill up some of this space. Yeah, I wonder, like, what is this issue with this performance? Ooh, I had my profiler running. So we can take a look at some of this stuff and see what is going on here. What is taking up so much bandwidth? Rendering. A lot of stuff in the green, a lot of the rendering. The rendering spikes sometimes too. I wonder why. Things to look at. Things of interest to look at. Set past triangles. Triangles, vertices. Yeah, what's spiking it is the batches. The batches go crazy. Okay, let's try this again. Because I'm curious what's going on here. We're like 100 and then we get close to here and it becomes still somewhat 100 FPS. Do. I want to find an area that I want to see if there's an area that exists that causes that consistent chugging. I also need to fix that whole pause menu not working thing either. It's cool seeing the lighting though. We need to add some fake volumetric lighting too while we're at it at some point. Dude. It's super bright. Dude. It's cool looking at the gizmos on the other side too. It's so cool seeing the player view for this. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Let us inspect the data. Let us see what is it, what isn't, and what is. Oop, okay. Oh, I didn't have it running, did I? I didn't. I didn't, like a jabron. Clear. Okay. Nothing too crazy. What's going on here? Well, I want to rather see more of the, What's up, Torel? How we doing? How we doing this fine evening? Oh, I didn't mean to fall. I didn't mean to fall down. No! No! I think maybe it's just because I have a lot of stuff running. I mean, that shouldn't be the case, but... Because I've had other more intensive games work fine, but... I also don't have those games in editor mode, so maybe there's something related to that. Doop. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, there's some things you have to make and fix. A lot of work, passed out, awoken to lovely stream. I'm glad that this is lovely. I'm glad this is considered a lovely stream to you. Because it's going to be pain for me. But the game must go. The game must go on, right? That's the saying. The game must go on. And hopefully you get to rest a little bit. Into the void. Yeah, I need to add like greater degrees of freedom so that the player can look up more. Because if you're far away over here on the ground, it's gonna suck to not be able to look up. It's cool that you can look down. I would like to look up. I sure would like to look up. Oh yeah, tree. I need to fix a tree. I need to fix this tree. Okay, some goals we're gonna do today. Some goals. Let's, cause I like writing down goals. I'm a goal-oriented kind of guy. Sometimes I'm goal-oriented. Other times I'm very much unfocused. Oh, by the way, here's a look. Here's a look at the depth map of the level. You get to see the level in a very different light. And this is what's used for all the shadows, all the drop shadows or cast shadows you see. We get it from here. Though there's some bad things we have to address with this because it's also not the best method. It's almost there. It works pretty well, but there's some things that are imperfect about it, and some loss of information that occurs that we're gonna have to fix, especially when you get very far away, like over here, or very close to the camera, like up here. So unfortunately, my lighting pipeline is not perfect. But also, that's kind of fortunate, because for some reason I have a fear of having things just be done and just working with them without thinking about it. But that's neither here nor there. Right now we're going to focus on just assets today, which is what brings me back to the first point I was making, which is a to-do list. Let's look at our last to-do list we did. So we clearly did this one that we did add, so we can get rid of that. We did, and then we also did some so we're done with those. As for the other ones though, implement fog, that's done. So you can see it. We have our own custom fogging. It looks great. Compute shadow mask and editor and load it in runtime. Yes, and we found a great way of, we made a concession. Instead of using the gears are turning, they are turning. The gears are turning. But, sadly, I realize I don't have my, I don't have this, so you can't see the, there we go. There we go. 1 second. Chroma key on. There we go. Yeah, now I can see your messages. Though my face is kind of blocked out of the way. That's no good. So we have to do some cropping too. Let me just crop real quick. Just give me a second, guys. I wasn't prepared. I'm a little bit unprepared. I'm not exactly professional. I'm not sure if you can tell, I'm not quite professional. Done. Done. And now if we chat again, Lol. It should work. Ew! It sends from Restream.io instead of my own account. That's weird. Alright, whatever. What they have here. Anyways. Anywho-ski. So yeah, we have our shadow mask working. We have that stuff. It's beautiful, okay? I would like to make my own file format that's much more compact and allows for higher amounts of precision. But sadly, I need to have things as a texture in Unity. Though I might want to make my own sampler, but that's a different thing. And then revise shadow composite. We revised them. So all these things did. So today's ideas, what we're going to be doing today is design new enemies. Yeah, we're going to make some sprites today. Design obstacles and assets for the factory. So those are two things we want to do today. And then maybe if you want to be a little codey, just do a little bit of code. Maybe not doesn't even require any code, but fix pausing, because I don't know what I did to break the pausing in the first place. But for whatever reason, pausing is not working. I press the P button, nothing comes out. That sounds weird. The P key on my keyboard, the letter P, the alpha, the alpha character, the P. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, man. I don't know where the canvas is, but I'm pretty sure the pause. Wait a second. Did I delete the pause? Is that what happened? Did I delete the game screen? No. Yes, that is what happened. I somehow deleted the game screen. Oh. Well, that explains some things. In the heat of the moment, I deleted the game UI. Is it as easy as just dragging and dropping in here? Oh, beautiful it is. And I should be able to just run and be able to press pause, right? You're not gonna screw me, game, right? Yes. Okay. So we already got one done. We already got this guy. Guys, max productivity. Max productivity. Big brain. Already on the board. Already on the board. Easy. Now let's start dealing with the other problems in our lives. Crisis averted. We did averted that crises. Now we have to just deal with the other crises, which is actually making a game. It's very sad to have to do that. So first thing I want to do is make a better platform. That's just what I want to do. I'd rather just make a new platform. Or potentially, I don't know. Is there a catwalk? I know I made a catwalk thing for another level. There's T catwalk. Maybe I could just reuse that here and just call it a day. It's different. It looks like metal. It's off center, but I mean, do gamers care? It's kind of sad we don't have any catwalks. We need more catwalks in this game. Had a level design philosophy moment. Is that a big... Yep. Do the players actually care? I think it's more of a corporate greed monologue moment. How much can I cheap out on this game? and the people will still, the little piggies will still consume it. How down bad are our consumers? That's the real question. And you can see our per pixel versus our per vertex lighting system at work, at play here. If I move it, if I make it smaller though, it should change dramatically. At least it should. It's not though. That's making me concerned, but whatever. Whatever. Does the platform feel natural? Oh. No. That is a design moment. A rare moment of me caring about the players. Crazy. Unheard of. Frankly out of character. I would never care about the players. Never. I want to have some idea here. Like, it'd be kind of cool if this building had like a heart or something, or had like anatomical features that make it feel kind of living in some way. Oh, we want to be ominous, we can do this. So it's like, ooh, what's down there? What's down there, bucko? Buddy boy? Guy sensei? Oh yeah, that looks kind of... Well, if we want to be more menacing, we could do this. Yeah. This feels very Portal-like. This entire atmosphere. This entire environment. And then we have this... So much room for activities. I tried sketching out the environments, but I'm realizing quickly that it's honestly just better to... At least for me, I just... The way I think... It's better for me to think in terms of 3D. Because a picture can only have so much information about 3D environments, and we're designing a 3D environment. So just getting stuff like this, it just makes it so much more realer. So we're gonna make this like a rat race type deal, kind of a rat trap situation. Like maybe have it where you have to clear or fight some enemies here, and then maybe add some platforming stuff. Ooh, we could do a floor's lava type situation. Like there's a BP oil spill over here. I've been referencing that a lot, haven't I? I don't know why that's been in my mind. This happened so long ago. Unless there's a recent one that I'm just not aware of. That makes me somehow topical. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I remember there's a game called The Game that was on Newgrounds. And that's one of the things they referenced. It was a very like contemporary events oriented game where a lot of the jokes, it's very jokey. It's like it's a game about that does commentary about modern events or modern events of the time. And it was like during early YouTube when Let's Plays were still kind of becoming a thing. And I remember a lot of Let's Players playing it. Oh yeah, we're becoming a level designer today. Oh yeah. Level design. You know what? Let's just use these same pipes from down here and have them just run all the way through. Game design, level design, big brained level design. 2 for the price of 1. It's like this is a factory or something. its placement in the level, how it theoretically functions to the form of the level. Fallen tree as a ramp, open doorway as a ledge or bridge that while traversable in duality before crossing it at a previous time exists as a gateway to another locked section in a different way. Its placement in the level, how it theoretically functions to the form of the level. Open doorway as a ledge or bridge. Interesting. So it's kind of saying function first and then making a realistically plausible explanation for the environment for that thing. Like you make the thing, like we start with the white boxes to represent whatever that needs to be there. And then after we have the functionality taken care of, then we find things in world that would match the explanation of this environment. So let me play around with this material. What if I make it... So this is per vertex. Or yeah, this is per vertex lighting right now. Which doesn't work very well because the sun is... There's some issues here that we have to deal with. Are jumbled, still groggy. It's all good, man. No, there's definitely insight into it. That whole idea of exploring form versus function and how it ties to the level design. Maybe this is why it was performing bad, is because it was doing per pixel as opposed to per vertex. Per vertex. It's crazy seeing the difference between like per vertex lighting versus per pixel. So different. Super different lighting. Yeah, it's stuff to think about for this world. Because I'm also thinking about how we're going to gatekeep certain areas, or if you want to gatekeep certain areas. Like, that's a question too. Do we want to even do that? Or do we want to allow players to just go wherever? Or if we do want to gatekeep certain places, how do we do it? Where we can have it maybe like this bridge is actually, you know, electronic and retracted. And by clearing the factory, we get access to a switch that lets you activate it and the player can have a sense of progression. I don't know, so many possibilities. It's crazy that the per pixel is actually working pretty nicely. Except that it isn't. Whatever. All right, we have this. We have this. I probably should have used Pro Builder instead of just using a bunch of Unity primitives to build this level, but at the same time, do I really care? Do I really care? Lost accessible but locks off previous sections due to how the entryway activates. Yeah, maybe that might be the way. That would probably be the way, honestly. Do this a lot? Oh, really? That makes sense. I think the big thing that's going to be a deciding factor in that discussion is what is the ethos of the game? If we're trying to promote non-linearity and exploration, then, you know, but I guess we want to have, the map is pretty small. That's a big factor here. Oops, 1 second. Can I turn off fog? Yes. The map is pretty small in this game. Of cause and effect from the Enigma moments of Magnetic. Oh yeah, 100%. No, like having that. That's actually one thing that made me started thinking about what if we don't have these bridges be connected? Because then it feels like, okay, you're making tangible changes to this world that are affecting the overworld, and it's not just in terms of cleaning up the dust and stuff. It's activating certain places and giving access to other places and whatnot. I kind of like that. I kind of like that quite a bit. And initially I was like, we can have just the place fully connected so the players can kind of explore and... The thing is, though, that kind of creates tension between the ethos that started this, which is we wanted non-linearity and promote exploration, so that players aren't locked into just trying to beat this one thing to progress. They have options to explore. And maybe you could still do that. Like, maybe have this island be largely inaccessible until you beat this factory. Like, we have, like, the final boss be here. The thing is, like, this is gonna be the first thing you interact with. In fact, like, if we do this, we're gonna have to schedule things out for the player. Maybe we can have more options so they can have choices in terms of what they explore first and whatnot, but it's still gonna be very... where's our Clip Studio Paint? As they explore the backtrack. Yeah, because I'm also thinking there are certain power-ups that you need to get to this place. So we take it for granted because we're so used to this game. But we take the fact that you have a double jump out the box for granted. But we tried beating this level and navigating it without a double jump. It's kind of difficult. Like up here, you can't get up there. You would need to use like the wall grab to kind of finagle your way up there. Like that. I don't know why this isn't supporting the wall. The wall grab is being very finicky today. But yeah, like to get up these places, you need a double jump. And that's gonna drive some people crazy. So we can have it scheduled where it's like, okay, you can't really engage with this place until you maybe go over there and get a double jump power up and whatnot. But then we have a bridge over there that's partially built that you can only navigate across if you have the double jump as well. So it's like, okay, maybe we have it where beating the boss gives you a couple things. It gives you a double jump power up. Well, actually, yeah. I don't know. There's like two categories of things. There's things that are necessary, like power-ups that you just need to beat levels. And then there's a category of things that incentivize exploration, but aren't required to beat the game. And that's something we haven't made any calls or decisions about. No hard calls on that whatsoever. Which we'd probably need to if we're going to do this right. Make certain areas possible after familiarity with specific ability combinations. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that might be the way, actually. Because I think this world is going to be very forgiving for the player. So I was thinking even about making the water not... And here's a big thing that's going to change how we design this game. It's going to be how we treat the water in the side. Because maybe in later levels you can make water like... Make this like, for example, seas of miasma as opposed to water. And the logic is that, yeah, waters are kind of separated from you in the environment, but you're still going to be allowed to go in there. It's just that the levels are not going to permit you to get up there. Like, that's going to be your big thing, your big limitation. But if you want to go in the water and explore what's going on here, and we can even add some like story, because like we have this panel of concrete, but if you notice up there, there's like a whole wall that's missing. You can see the front face of the building, but then you go, oh, it must have fell down, and that's why the front is so exposed. It's because it's missing its walls. Let me see. Yeah, like you see right there how all that is exposed from the outside. It's like as if you can see the rib cage of the building, and you can find the parts down there. And maybe we can do some more stuff with this story. Have some narrative stuff tied to it. I need to make looking up. I need to increase that limit. It's kind of dumb. Like, you can look down pretty far. You can't look up very far. Yeah. I know, stuff to think about. In fact, let me pull up the map, because that's what I was trying to open up here before. I still need to finish the last part of the Mega Man X. I already streamed the completion of that. I just need to actually edit and publish it. Where's the map? Where's the map? Where's the map? Messy Mansion. Concepts. Art. Environment. Where is the map? It's not in the concepts. Docs. Oh, it's right here. It's in the root. Here we go. So this is the starting point, and then here's where the factory is. In fact, let's start updating this a little bit, so it reflects what's currently happening here. I can't see the mouse. Why is the mouse? Oh, it's just I'm just blind. I'm just blind. Okay. Go back here. I would sure like to see. I would really like to be able to see my mouse. Clip Studio Paint. Why am I struggling with that today? Oh, because I have a super gray background. That's probably why. So we have our factory. That's humongous. Brush size small. So we have our little factory here. And we have this bridge around here. Does that too, to a significant degree in terms of exploration, accessing new areas, solving puzzles. Really? Maybe I should play... Do you guys want to play some Kirby 64 a little bit? And just see how they treat stuff? That's going to be cool, A, for environmental design and taking some inspiration with how we light our levels. And B, designing. Do we just... 1 second. 1 second. Fantastic. Oh, the Kirby and the Magic Mirror. It's like research homework. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably play it. I should probably play it on my on personal time and take some notes. Or in the Discord maybe. I want to see some gameplay though. I'm just curious how this game looks. I've seen some stuff of it, but I never actually watched much. You know, I kind of underplayed the resolution of the sprites for N64 games. They actually look more higher res than I remembered. Like even PS1 games, I started playing them and I realized, oh, they're kind of much more higher res than I actually expected, or than I remembered. Like this game is super low res in comparison. It actually kind of looks worse than games of the actual console. So it's a 2D game. It's like a 2D side-scrolling game. Crystal pieces are obtained. Okay. See, is that a crystal piece? Nice. Yep, okay. Crystal pieces. Are you collecting a few of them? So I wonder what they do. You collect a couple of them. You know, it's so easy to dog on early games for how they do 3D, but they were literally writing the book on how you do this. They're exploring new grounds, new frontiers. Yup, it will contrast to ones just out in the open. A bit to the green block that was destroyed. Okay. Let me see if I see a green block. May I rewind it too far? Those are yellow blocks. Where's the green block? Okay. Let's go and fast forward. Let's see if I can find it. Speedrun time, baby! Dude, even at 2x speed, the game doesn't seem that fast. It seems pretty slow. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Okay, that green block. Okay, I see it. I see, okay. So is that only accessible with a specific ability? Or break that block without a certain power-up color? Oh, okay. Interesting, because you got that power-up, you're able to break it, and then you're able to access it, and then you're able to move on. Interesting, and that's how they gatekeep some stuff. Interesting, okay. So going back to our thing here, we have things restricted in a different way. Because the players here, they're introduced to jumping and dashing at the very bare minimum here. Like, we give them the dash ability out the box. That's a necessity, I think, that they should have. And then this is like the first thing that they're exposed to over here is this factory. Versus that one above the exit in the open that by exploring around you get initially. Okay. In the open. Above the exit and the door above the open. You're talking about this one. Yeah, that you can get without any power-ups whatsoever. Yeah, okay, I see. Every time I see segments like this, I know it's like very late in the game, but it reminds me of Mega Man X7 with Tornado Tunyon stage. Which is weird. Mavericks are usually based off animals, and that one's just an onion. Obscure from view by level design. Yep. It forces you to explore a little bit. And with this game, like, this is a fun thing, is that already with the way the game is, there's so many nooks and crannies we can place stuff. We just need to have things to place there. Whether it be lore, whether it be stuff for other players to place, like, you know, the dude, I kind of like without the fog, just being able to see everything clearly. Like, it's actually kind of cool. It also looks pretty good. But yeah, like, there's like, for example, let me get up here. Like, you can go over here if you pay attention that there's a ledge, and then you can see, oh, there's a little ledge right there, and all of a sudden, bam, we have a whole world of stuff you can add here. And it is achieved by the player via what you imply in your level. Yeah. Well, and part of the game is that the other thing that's going to be interesting is that we're going to have that Souls-like mechanic where you can leave messages for other players to see. So we can put things in a very obscure place with the expectation that, hey, at least one guy is hopefully going to find it. And maybe they leave a message. And that can guide other people there too. Yeah, we have to have certain things to limit environments, because if you get over here, you're breaking the game. Or at least you're going to break the game for yourself. Is the platform natural question earlier? Ah, yeah. Okay. There's a lot more depth than we considered. Or a lot more depth than I considered in that question. Like, they even get up here too. Like something giving a glint on a high cliff that when you get to the double jump, you can get to it later and find out what that glint is. Yeah. Yeah, or stuff like over here, you can see that bridge connecting. Like when you go through the level normally, you're not going to see that. But from this point of view, you can actually see the bridge from over there. And then you can actually go, oh, let me try doing that. In a way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It says, hey, there's something clearly here. Like, I've communicated explicitly that there's something for you to explore here. But as you are, you're not ready for it yet. So keep looking around the level and see what you can find. Oh, we need to make some sounds for this guys too. I keep saying we need to do that, and I've just been neglecting all sound stuff. But yeah, because normally you're going to start the game from over here. Like, you're going to start the game from facing this way, facing the factory. Oh, that's the other thing. I can have like bounds and change certain properties. Like, oh my goodness, the lighting looks good here, dude. Our lighting system, this looks... I can't say it enough, man. Like, I'm kind of hyped by our lighting system. It works great. It works pretty dang great, man. I might just make it programmatic, too, instead of using normal maps. But that's going to be a separate thing to do. Knew how to use yellow paint without ever dabbing the brush on it. Without dabbing the brush on it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I think what's going to make this even better is having this be programmatically done instead of requiring normal maps. But yeah, like here you can't see the bridge at all. But once you get to the factory, you can see, oh, if you take a minute to look at the environment from up there, you'll be able to see that there's something over here. Or if a player's that's astute and they discover this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is cool. This exists." But if they try jumping onto it, even with the dash, maybe they can make it across with the dash. But likely, you're not gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be out of reach. Until you get the double jump, which will let you get across. And bam, now you have access to this whole other island here and to this structure that we know nothing about. I don't even know what we're going to do with this. I know we want to have a cool looking silhouette here for some reason. And we have these big poles that are extruding across all the world, which I still need to figure out what is going to be. I read a book called The Machine Stops, and it described these ideas of like this underground society, but then they have this special means of moving across the overworld from the underground. I don't know, there's some things I want to play around with in terms of what we communicate here. Not that that's going to be the lore of this game at all. That's not the lore whatsoever. But it'll be kind of cool to have weird and funky infrastructure. Because there's clearly an idea that there was a world here, a civilization, and then it decayed and fell. And then there's a remnant of that civilization living adjacent to all this stuff, but not knowing anything about this technology. Like you have this lady who has a garden over there, or has a, whatchamacallit, has a farm there with her family. But to them, this whole stuff, they don't know anything about this. By activating a crane that places a bridge piece in one level, activates a similar crane near there to do the same thing when they return revisit. Huh. There to do the same thing when they return revisit. So like a crane over there that places that bridge there would also exist here that places a bridge that connects to those islands. Yeah, this is all undeveloped land. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there's this here, and then there's over there that's undeveloped as well. You have to do some painting and figure out what's going to be here. Only as a visual cue to know for now till you do something with one as an interactive tool. Gotcha. Okay. I see what you're putting down. I smell what you're stepping in. I need to fix the camera so it can't do this. It shouldn't be able to do this at all. No clipping. We don't allow clipping. Oh, it is allowed because we're... Yeah. Natural. Yeah, it fits the environment. A crane wouldn't be out of place here. Yeah, like that looks so... It's cool that you can see so much there. The reason I like the fog is because it makes it more mysterious. Like you see this large, imposing silhouette, but you don't know what's there. That's the one reason I like the fog, but... If you want to do special details like what we talked about, like having a certain stuff be glinted, or have a special tile that catches your eye, then it's not as it's not gonna be visible. I can change the fog distance so it's slightly fogged, so you can't see the fine details, but you can still see a lot of the information there. That might be the compromise you make as a guide. Yeah. There's a lot to play around with. as well as lore for what we want this place to be, and also the restrictions you want to make, because the relationship with the player's relationship with water is very interesting, and I'm debating what I want to do with this. If you want to allow submersion, or if you want to make this a hard limiter, it's like, hey, you die, you go back to your respawn. We're not going to let you play with water in that way. But there's an interesting talk that's been very influential in my design for this game in general. And if you're interested in any kind of game design or just design in general, it's worth talking or looking into. It's called Secret of Psalm 46 by Brian Moriarty. He's an awesome game designer. He designed Myst. I know he had a big impact on Jonathan Blow, and I think Jonathan Blow included it in his game The Witness. But yeah, a super really informative presentation, talk, essay. It's really great. It talks so much about so many different ideas. But one thing I like a lot about it, one thing he said, let's see if I can find the quote.
Ants. The books and TV specials and website aggrandizing viciousness many weeks on the bestseller lists.
So when players objected to yellow paint in most games, they meant the loss of that particular level design philosophy in modern games. Ants. Let me see if I can find it.
Someday soon, perhaps even in our lifetime, a game design will appear that will flash across our culture like lightning. It will be easy to recognize. It will be generous, giddy with exuberant inventiveness. Scholars will pick it apart for decades, perhaps centuries. It will be something wonderful, something terrifying, something awful. A few years ago,
Awful, as in inspiring awe. But he talks about the idea of generosity in your game. And the idea that I've played a bunch of games in revisiting the design of Messy Mansion just to get myself familiarized again with the landscape. Because I really don't play that much games. I focus more on the technical side of things. And the idea of generosity that he talks about is that there's a lot of... I'm not going to say that he talks about, but what I interpret from it is that a lot of games kind of enforce this artificial scarcity and artificial limitations on the player. And the games that are very generous, like he describes, don't really do that. So like, for example, a big difference and a big example of that contrast between generous versus artificial in its limitations is Braid versus Prince of Persia. They both have this mechanic of time rewind, but in Prince of Persia, it's kind of a commodity that they induce scarcity with, where you can't do it freely. You have to only do it within certain confines with a certain amount of energy or whatever it was, or sand. I forgot what it was. And you can only use it for certain places, and maybe there's some puzzles for it. But largely, it's just kind of something that's limited. Whereas Braid, it doesn't do that. You can freely rewind without limitations. You can rewind in a way that's insane. You can let the game run for a long time, come back after a couple hours, and then hold rewind, and it'll go through the whole thing, man. And in that case, in that sense, the game wasn't limiting. It was the full breadth of its mechanics were perfectly presented to you and accessible. And what changed instead is the game forced you to use those mechanics in new and different ways. So it forced you to explore the full scope of that feature. Now, in approaching our game, that's the question I kind of think about. Is, okay, what is the thing that what is the mechanic that we want to be generous? And how do we aim to be generous with it? And in this case, the thing that's really special is this whole dust mechanic thing. Pays homage to it through the wind effects on the environments. Interesting. Same as Wind Waker with its own twist. To convey direction in an open level without leashing to pulling the player. Yeah. Yeah, and it's almost like it reminds you of Breath of the Wild in that way, where it's like in our game maybe the thing that is generous is the world is your oyster, where you can go through the level and do whatever you want. Like in Breath of the Wild, you can theoretically go directly to Ganon and beat the game without exploring any of this other stuff. You can technically do that. And I kind of like the idea of doing that in our game, where we have that affordance to them, where it's focused on exploration. Well, that's in terms of the level design itself, right? But that's one direction, is we say we can focus on fully exploration, where you can just do the thing. If you want to, you could get to the end of the level and beat it. Heck, we can even make this like the end goal thing. And once you beat it, you can theoretically go to the next level. But there's so much here. And allow them to do that. Like, honestly, if we go down this path, let's write this down. Generosity. Exploration. If we make exploration the key point of this, then it's like, okay, the player should be able to beat the game. The game is beatable with only jumping, really. Like, only at most the dash power up, and that's it. Maybe, like, that would be the most you'd need to beat the game and get the minimum experience. And only dash, no fountains, so you don't even go to clean your mop. The Malice Goop becoming more saturated in areas you suggest encourage players to explore. Yeah, so that's the other point. If we go the other route, where we focus on this whole gloop mechanic, or chaos dust, or miasma, I don't know. I'm trying to find a term that rolls off the tongue. But yeah, like for this first part, and we can make a note for this, miasma here. And the relationship is different here, but we'll go about that later. The game is beatable with only dashing. So you can beat the game theoretically just by doing that, but there's also so much to gain by just going off the main path and just trying to see what's going on in this world. So this is like the minimum. But the extras, the things that makes the play far more impactful or meaningful, is the exploration you do by getting. We can do mechanical stuff, simple mechanical stuff like power-ups. We can do things like side characters / character arcs / narrative things. So in this minimum, you know absolutely nothing about the Git world, whereas this one, you're actually knowing more about this world you're inhabiting and what you're doing there. And you can make tangible, stateful changes to the world and the characters that reside in it. And yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of the two main things. And then there's completion. The idea of cleaning up all the miasma. Completion. before I wither. All good, man. Do your thing. Subscribe to my only jumps for salacious legwork and feats of fancy. But that's like if we make exploration that generous aspect of the game, the thing that we're trying to make feel generous to the player, where there's so much, we're being very giving about what we allow there and what we provide there. On the other side, there's the other thing we can explore with the miasma, the whole dust stuff that you clean up from the ground. This is weird though, because in some sense, there's a lot we can play around with this, because it's kind of a dynamic system, and it's always kind of in flux. Enemies expand it, the player can detract from it. As you see, they paint paths there, everywhere they walk with it. But we only ever interact with it just to get rid of it. So unlike, like, this is a thing of interest because it's very different. But I don't know. Or we can make it a combination of things, because we can add more dynamic stuff to this, where we can have things that manipulate this, things that pour more into this world and change different things from it. Maybe make it where we have puzzles or stuff where you have to actually fill certain areas, and by filling them you change a condition. Like, one simple idea I even had was that you can have triggers that are only activated by this miasma, and everywhere the player goes, the player can only activate it, or can only clear up miasma. They can't place more down. But there might be a situation where we want to do something where you have a trigger like this, it can open, let's say, a door here. Like, I don't know, there's some circuitry that goes here and activates it. And maybe the player has to manipulate something and dirty the world in some way. Like, let's say there's a ball that you have to hit that's just purely dirty. And if the player directly touched it, it hurts them. But by manipulating this ball, you can knock it somewhere. And, like, let's say the player hits the ball and it leaves this trace around here until they get to here. And all of a sudden this activates this trigger and opens the door. And that's cool. Or it's like, all right, cool. So this thing isn't purely just something you clean up and get rid of. There's things you can do with it that there's other novel ways of interacting with this that aren't previously seen. In fact, how hard would it be to make that? Like, we have the system already for... One second. Let me play around with this. 3D sphere. One second. Let's click on something here. Can I get 3D sphere? And yeah, like, then all of a sudden we have this new thing. We have this miasma mechanic, but then we have this other thing on top of that that forces the player to interact with it differently. So it's kind of like that braid example where you have this one thing, but you're forcing players to engage with it in a way that's very different. Where is a dust? Dust, or is it? Update source. Yep. So this is gonna drop dust down. Like, let's say every 100 milliseconds. Max distance, let's say 2. And then I forgot, what does this mean? Preserve area. Oh, it spreads out from there. Yeah. It becomes more visible even onto the trees, making them look wilted and aggressive structured. Thus, miasma specifically, that one finds small at first and then frequently in larger forms as you reach. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing I like a lot about this idea. And the other constraint that we're putting onto it is I kind of want this game to be cozy and kind of relaxing in a certain way. Where, like, other games might make their bosses really hard. I want this game to the player's relationship with this game to be something more like a project that they're incrementally working on. So I like the idea of this world being just fully dirty, and you can't see the beauty of it. But by cleaning and being meticulous and exploring every single inch of the world, you start unveiling that beauty that's there. And then these enemies are annoying in a different way. They not only damage you, but they also dirty the work you've already made in this game, which is also a bad thing. So it's like it's all tied together. It all. Why are you not resetting? That's weird. Why is this persisting? That shouldn't persist. Okay, whatever. But yeah, it's something that just continues. Like, if you want to, like, this whole factory. In fact, let's explore this idea. Let's go back here and just make this whole thing a massive dirt pile. Just absolutely. All of a sudden the factory looks way different. And then there's all this incentive, and it goes onto the trees too. Like, you see it affect the trees on that thing. Yeah, like it's like all of a sudden you want to cover every single inch. There's some technical weird stuff that's going to happen there, cause like there's no huck dwa. What, time me out? What are you talking about, dude? Dump out the whole vacuum. But there's some technical stuff for terrible joke. Oh yeah, we don't like Hatwa girl. But yeah, there's some technical limitations where if I clean this here, it'll also clean the upstairs. There's a whole thing related to that I need to fix or deal with. But this does lean more into the idea. In fact, actually, let's just explore this real quick. Like, all of a sudden, geez, what is this place? Especially if I make it not react to fog, it sticks out even more like a sore thumb. Like, now it's not like a question of, hey, how good are you at platforming, or how good are you how good are you at boss battles? But it's instead, hey, how patient are you? Do you want to see this whole thing get cleaned up? Slowly. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Like that, the stuff that's underneath gets cleaned up. Maybe that's fine. Maybe we just say that's the limit for this. We're gonna stick with this being like that for now. That ooze, that stuff here and there. Yeah, now got it. Some pulsating crystals that ooze, that stuff here and there. Yeah, we're everywhere in this case. Clean, clean, clean. Clean, clean, clean. Yeah, we need to clean up there's some stuff I need to fix with this code. Yeah, but it's not about beating everything. It's about, okay, let's clear this up. It's like those pimple popping videos. So if we're going for that angle, everything about cleaning should be super, super satisfying. The sound, the result. Heck, if you clean up an entire area, maybe have a thing where the camera shows, hey, you did the thing. You did the thing. You don't like the pimple popper videos? TMI? What do you mean TMI? There's a whole video genre for that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. There's a surgeon, or not surgeon, I guess, no, she's she's a dermatologist, I think, who calls herself the pimple doctor, the pimple popper doctor, or something like that. What is that? What why the blank reaction? What's with the blank reaction, man? Yeah, I need to revise this whole thing. Yeah, all of a sudden you're here cleaning. That's all you're doing is cleaning. You're actually just being a janitor at this point. So it's less Twitch reaction stuff and more just, hey. I should make his running sprite just be constantly just... Oh, okay, you need barf emoji. Hey, apparently some people like that. Apparently some people are really into those videos. Right in front of my hibachi salmon. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to do that to you. Yeah, we need to make a sound effect for this. Dude, all of a sudden, this platforming thing that's super easily normally takes way longer because you're actually trying to... If you want to be super perfect about things, you're going to take your time to try to clean stuff. Oh, it'd be so cool if the enemy has no limit. Like, he can keep... Like, we talked... I think we showed this a while ago, where we can have enemies keep having dirt expand outwards and spread, right? So it'll be cool if, like, the main enemy, the main boss of this area, keeps spreading dirt from himself. So that, yeah, you can clean around him, but if you don't take care of him... He's gonna keep spreading this dirt all over the area, and all your work is gonna be undone. So you're forced to actually fight him and confront all enemies. Because if you leave them be, they're gonna keep spreading it all over. So that's like another force that drives the player. In fact, we can make that the D-force, because then all of a sudden you're not motivated by trying to unlock a certain area of the map. The full map is accessible to you. You're just trying to stop these things from ruining and as they say, pissing in your cereal, you know? I just cleaned this. Why is it dirty again? In fact, now I kind of want to play around with this dirt algorithm and make that be a thing. It's cool because you like uncover. You know what? It reminds me the same thing about. Okay, better genre of YouTube videos. Art restoration. There's a guy named Baumgartner. Yeah, right here. And you see him methodically clean up a masterpiece. Little by little, it's very calm, very relaxing.
This painting or me.
He explains the process.
Applying multiple strips of my preferred method.
And then you see this whole transition from before to after.
No massive patches, no sloppy glue, to keep the stretcher to
Let's see if I can
provide
find
more
it.
tension so that the canvas, no massive patches, no sloppy glue
Can I find?
of prior work. But the
I want to see the before and after. Is this it?
complete, the painting can finally be viewed as Pauline Palmer
All right,
intended,
worst
in all its resplendent glory.
restoration.
And the little painting can also be viewed in all of its.
This one here.
This video is brought
Here we go.
just.
So you have
When
this
our friend arrived,
thing where
he
you
was
see like
clearly
all
a
the mess.
The right materials and correct approach couldn't save
Of the
this
canvas?
painting from ineptitude, but by working methodically,
I'll silence him. And then you see what actually lies underneath and the richness that presides within it. What if we do that with our level design? Where we go fully commit ourselves to the idea of cleaning, where this world is just straight up, completely just caked. And the way you engage with this stuff isn't necessarily by just exploration. Exploration is something you do as a byproduct of it. But all these benefits of like power-ups or characters and arcs and narratives is uncovered through cleaning. Like we can have lore environmental lore that you don't get access to until you actually clean up the levels. You know? Then this stuff becomes far more meaningful. Because it's very easy to take that stuff for granted, but if you make it where it's something you actually like archaeologically, you're almost acting like an archaeologist, uncovering the past through cleaning up this mess. It becomes a vastly different process. And a vastly different experience, and the way you evaluate it is different as well. I think that's how we go about this. Oh man, it bothers me because I like having this environment just be visible to you because it's so cool, but I think that is what I think that might be the concession we make is, hey, there's a lot of cool environment here. We have to make it hidden from the player until they beat it. Whoops, how accidentally covers your tax documents. Oops, how did that get there? Just uncovers the worst of humanity. Usually you think about like, oh, you get to learn more about the past and connect with it. And then you start learning more. It's like, oh, this is not a great place. Oh, they did terrible things. Oh, this is a human sacrificial alt. Oh, I don't like this place anymore. I don't like this anymore. I feel uncomfortable, Mom. Come pick me up. But you see the idea. Oh, this might be one of those moments of just sacrifice your darlings. Because I so badly wish for this to be I so desire for this to be, for the player to see this, but no, that has to be the reward. That has to be the thing that they earn, not the thing they just get to have. That's gonna be a hard pill for me to swallow, because I just want things to look nice. I just want things to look nice. But I think as a level designer, I have to actually prioritize the reward mechanism here. Or not even a reward mechanism, because that seems so like inhuman. I need to prioritize the experience for the player. And I think that sense of awe is when you look back and you see this whole place cleaned up and you go, oh my goodness, I uncovered this. I cleared this out. And that's what's going to be the experience. Only Oregon Trail and Sandy. Only Oregon Trail. Only dysentery. That's the only thing you get, son. I'm sorry, boy. The only thing we can afford for you this Christmas is dysentery and a block of wood. Have fun. Oh my god! Like honestly, because then if we make the water also subject to it, then it's like, oh my goodness! Even the water is contaminated. The water looks so pretty, but you're not gonna be able to appreciate it until you clean up the level. Like you literally have to go do every single inch of this to uncover anything. That's amazing. Yeah, but now 50% less termite. 50% less rotten. Hey, good news. Your wood is 50% not rotten. Bad news. Your wood is 50% rotten. There is that caveat. Let's not make this look odd. It's getting a little Freudian there. Freud is goofy, man. Like in high school, you thought like, oh, Freud is kind of, he's a smart guy, right? He's one of the smart dudes. And you learn more about him, and it's like, you're so goofy, man. Like, how did you ever get taken so serious? Like, jeez, man. How does any of this stuff got passed? That's crazy. That's kind of special. Like that age, you could just say like your credibility was just you said something really weird or cool. You're weird. You said something weird, convincing. You said something very weird, but with such confidence that now we're like, hey, this is interesting enough to believe. You get credibility based off the vibe check. All right. That's how we operate. Yeah, this looks substantially more goopy. 50% more goopy. Very nice. You could do that now and get a government job. I think you could always do that. Ooh, where are we? Wacky, ain't it? Well, I mean, that's kind of always been the thing, right? Like, if you can't do anything well, it's always been kind of the idea that you just go into the government. At least that's my understanding. Like, what's that joke? It's like, hey, oh, I forgot what it was. You know what? I'm not going to even say it. I can't remember it. Covered in goop. Yep. We put some goop in your goop. We heard you like goop, so we put goop in it. We gooped all over your goop, dude. Man, anything with G and two O's has been messed up, though. I'll never forget the people who chose the word gooning. Never forgive them. It was an innocuous term. In fact, it was kind of cool. It was kind of not cool. It was kind of endearing. Like, hey, you mean the boys? We're just goons. Like the boss, like part of the mafia. We're just underlings. Like from something from a video game. And now it's been co-opted in a very sad way. It's terrible. Okay, and we got a little splash there, splash there, splash there. Yeah, this is becoming a vortex of just gross. So we start off over here, everything's nice and clean, kind of, for the most part. And then my goons. And you get, oh, there's a puddle here. That's weird. And then you get over here, and oh, there's a lot of puddles here. That's not good. And then he's like, oh, everything is puddles. Oops, all puddles. Thanks, Captain Crunch. Retake goon culture. Only second thought. Retract that statement. Yeah, on second thought. Yeah. Once it's been said, it's been uttered. You can't undo it. I like how you can see the old level we had here. You guys remember our old level? Our sweet, precious old level? That was nice for the time, but it's not it anymore. I feel sad. We had this whole thing over here, and now it's not gonna be used. Maybe I can try reintegrating some parts into it, but I don't know. I like what we have going on here a lot more. I want to add some more forestry, though. Tears of the Kingdom looking at us. I still need to play Tears of the Kingdom. Very sad. I haven't played it. I'm been too busy on the Switch. No, not Switch. On the itch. Not itch. What am I talking about? I've been on the Steam Deck gang. Steam Decking like crazy. Because it's like the most convenient console in the world. My favorite game console. Funded by gamblers. Thank you, CSGO Lotto. Thank you, Gabe Newell. Great Ganondorf. Dawn Gun Upheaval, your beta level in the Skylands. Yep. That was kind of fun. We add a little hole here. You can jump off and skydive into the underworld. Where once was levels. I like these hills, though. I do like these hills. I kind of want to yoink some. Let me save this level in a different... Oh, I just took a shower. Would I miss everything? You missed the most deepest conversations, the most intimate of thoughts, the most poignant of points. You missed everything. You missed it all. It's very sad. Level assets. Save.unity. Ah, cool. Make use of the whole buffalo like your dev ancestors. The dev ancestors used the whole buffalo. I paid for the whole engine. I'm gonna use the whole engine. Except I'm not using the whole engine. I'm actually I feel like the more we work on this game, the more I replace core engine parts with my own stuff. Because the engine can't do the things I need it to do. I'm having a real moment, a real Ship of Theseus moment. If I replace every component of the engine, is it still an engine? Is it still the same engine? Yeah, some real Ship of Theseus moments here. Discovered a lot about myself. I love showers. They allow me to think. Actually, unironically, yeah. Yeah, beta level, more like secret dungeon level with extra tzatziki sauce. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Oh, it's gonna be weird looking at this level with my new shape rendering pipeline. You saw how crazy this went, though? We didn't have the terrain painter stuff, so this had to work overtime. And it did. It worked overtime. Old York from within. I forgot Bloodborne. Good game. Good game, Bloodborne. All right, we're gonna have to make this also have dirt and have it impact the water. The water can't be clean. It needs to be dirty. We need to pollute the water. BP oil spill. Can we get some BP oil spill? Can we get some oiled seagulls in chat? Can we get I'm sorry from South Park? I'm sorry. I'm gonna show, like, we're gonna do the equivalent of, the old modesty dressing back in the day. Just bring it back, by the way. But we're gonna do that where we just show the ankle. We show a little bit of clean water so they know there's such thing as clean water. And then we make the rest of the water dirty. We're gonna put a Nestle move. We're gonna pull a Nestle move. Show them that there's some clean water and just pollute the rest of it. So that they know. Because if you make it polluted, they don't know what clean water looks like. But if we show them what it looks like and then rob them of it, oh, dude. It's a stronger effect. Let's go, PP oil spills. Yeah. Cozy Cabin Games, we sorry. We're sorry you polluted the water. Swami accident. I didn't mean it. It was an accident. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. And look at all that dirt. Look at all that dirt right there, right here. Yeah, I was going to implement the complicated system to partition and have different texture sheets for the dirt. I'm saying screw it. The player gets to live with this weird dirt mechanic and its consequences. People enjoy Doom, my favorite 2D game in the world, so they'll enjoy this. Doom is my favorite 2D game ever. My favorite. Teleport all the clean water in the world to level 66 point, okay, from CM. Speedrunners from hell, what? Yeah. Clean water. No such thing. No, I have not played CM. It's kind of cool painting this. No, CM the Game by Pine Studios. Nah, have not played it. I feel like I'm playing on MS Paint on Windows XP again. Just using the super simple primitive tools and using them to try to draw a face. I cast bone to sand? What? I cast bone? That sounds horrifying. Your bones just become sand. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to have the miasma be subject to fog or not. On the one hand, it's kind of cool seeing how drastic, like how it just cuts through everything. It just shows how otherworldly it is, where even fog doesn't affect it properly. On the other hand, maybe have it only on the terrain, so the environment still cuts through it and it shows how. I don't know, man. That's a funky design decision on my part. I love, but I know that no one else knows, and I'm deeply saddened by the fact that I only know 3 other people who have seen Penton. Yeah, you mentioned that movie to me. Well, like Cowboy Bebop says, you got to carry that weight. Got to hold that weight. Got to carry it. That is your weight. You can do your fan dub of it. You can try doing an English fan dub so you can try to get it exposed to more people. W Boy Bebop. Yep. W. W Bop. Okay. I'm gonna need to make more tree assets. That's a thing we're gonna have to do. I have to make a bunch of assets. I have to make a house. Oh, thank you, Restream.io. Much appreciated. Guys, we got an award from Restream.io. We got 100 messages. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Good job. Good job, team. We've inflated the stock prices. Now it's time to dump our shares, right? Congratulations. Yeah, here we go. I love there's so many congratulations. There's like 2 good ones.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations. What is Neon Genesis Evangelion about even? I know I've watched it before. I can't remember a single thing about it. I don't understand a single thing about it, dude. It makes no sense to me. I don't even remember any of the parts. I've lost everything. I don't understand a single thing. Good job, guys. Good job, everyone. Good job. Release the dub in Portuguese. There's so many pieces of media I love. Then become the digital media, become a media archivist. Isn't it like Elon Musk Predictor 9000? I don't know. There's nothing. I know nothing. I don't know a thing about Elon. I know I've seen it. I know it involves robots. That's about it, okay? There's some more stuff, but I like to keep things PG. I like to avoid any weird stuff. And I feel like the more I learn about Neon Genesis, the more weird stuff comes up. And I'm like, I don't want to learn. You know what? I'm good. I'm good. We don't need to know about this. I'm going to protect my mind. My mind is a temple. We got to protect it. We got to keep him safe. Should I just make a tool? Should I just update my terrain painter to also paint dirt onto here? But I like the circle tool. Oh, I can actually, it'll be easier here. Because I could just make a circle and oh, this is dangerous territory. You're going to this is how we get tools. This is how we start making tools for ourselves. We also want to do back face rendering on this guy. Where's our cozy surface? Yeah, where's our, how do we do back face or two-sided? Because we have this two-sided renderer here. And we do, what do we do in a shader? I forget what's the thing it's like a super simple thing to make this render both sides. Yeah, this doesn't need full shadows anymore because we're not doing this. Oh, you're still saying that you're part of the surf? Oh. No, that needs to change. You're not using Unity's rendering pipeline. You're using my rendering pipeline. Call off. Yeah, we have call off here. Can I use pre-processor directives on this? Is that allowed? So this can be a static. There's an if statement, but it's a static time. It's a compile time constant. But that congratulations wards me away like garlic to Sicilian Vampire. The only anime I watched was Fruits Basket, and honestly, it kind of slaps. But people say it sucks, therefore I shut the heck up about it and avoid humiliation. Just to be embrace it. I don't watch anime anymore. Hot take. I don't watch anime anymore. I used to be so big into it. I used to consume everything. And there's a bunch of reasons I stopped watching it, man. A bunch of reasons, but I don't watch it anymore. It doesn't interest me. It's also at least I find it to be a detriment. Whether people believe it or not, but I believe it is. Great memes, but no. There's very few things I'd watch as far as anime is concerned. I'm not gonna say I've cut it completely out, but I've very sparsely see any animes, and if it's something, it's usually rewatching an old one that I've previously seen. But yeah, I don't really watch it. Yeah, but just say your piece, man. I think what I like in Fruits Basket is that shape-shifting thing. I have a hunch I might slightly be trans, but just a teeny tiny bit interesting. Okay. Ba. Yeah, haven't watched Fruits Basket. Should I rewrite this to a fragment shader? Did I just do that? Did I just say screw it and say, you know what? Get off me, Unity. Step off, ya wanker. Oh, wait, 1 second. I think I did rewrite this to be a... One second. Did I do that? Yeah, it's using the cozy surface. Yeah, so this is a... Okay, never mind. We're good here. I just need to add this keyword here. Now, the question is, do I want to make this a feature? Because you could do... keyword. It's a keyword. Double side. Homeless orphan girl meets weird bourgeois family that shapeshifts when hugged. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Huh. Interesting premise. Shapeshifts when hugged. Is there any way that I can just... Okay, whatever. One second. Both sides. Hopefully it's gonna be simple, super simple stuff. Come on, let me just go to the thing. Our light model, that's Sage Inc. Yeah, I think there's a couple of animes with that same idea of shape-shifting with very interesting... Hugging is very innocuous, but there's other ones where it's like... Alright, there's one where you sneeze and that happens. I don't remember. Float, S, point living. Where do we divide our shader? Oh, do we not divide? No, we do. Pragma shader pixel per pixel on. So double side on. So that's an explicit shader feature. And then can we please do call off or call on based off of this? It'd be really cool if I can do that. It'd be so cool, man. So cool, dude. Super radical, man. If I could just do that. Yeah, this is not. It's not happy with it. I don't want to make a whole separate shader just for this. I want to just do a preprocessor. But you're mad when I put it here. You're mad when I put it here. No, you're not mad when I put it there. But I need to define stuff before here. And then we go to after CG program. It's bad. That one where the baby shifts into a car and rolls up. What was that? That one where a guy morphs into a bear or a cheetah or any animal. I'm thinking of Animorphs. He points his hand and says, "Let's go." Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I need a clip. I need to have the clip to understand this reference. But I'll add it to my repertoire for very specific use cases. Math CJink, CC light model. I'm so sad, guys. I think we have to make a whole copy of a shader just to do a simple thing. Just to do a simple thing. That's crazy. Because I think it's not, we don't have that property defined until we get to here within the CG program, unless I can just do it here. Nope, pragmas, nope, I have to be in the CG program. Oh, so tragic, so sad, so sad. I'm heartbroken. Why are we mad? To the class. Can't reference point to the class. It's not a class. It's a shader program. And you can't do that stuff. You can't do it like that. You can't do if conditionals from script. No, it's different. This is HLSL. Very different than C#. Very different. A thing of everything I've been laughed at for liking in school. Okay. Just own it, man. Just own it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, shaders are funky. I mean, it's fine. I can make a duplicate of it. It's fine. It's not... What I was trying to do was going to make a duplicate no matter what. It's just that it wouldn't be an explicit duplicate. Like, it wouldn't be a separate file. Unity would compile it for me. So, fun thing about shaders is that you can actually define them. So, first thing, right? In shaders, if statements are very slow. It's very weird. Shaders work very different. CPU code is linear, thread-based, done sequentially, one after another. Shaders are parallelized. They're meant to do tasks in parallel. And the thing that can make things very slow in that context is if statements. And you can avoid some stuff, though, by moving them to different places. So one place to make it very fast is by just moving if statements conditional based only on uniform data. So data like that's defined up here, like this, for example, that's fine. Or you can do something called preprocessor directives, where you can, for example, if you look over here, I have a thing that says if per pixel's on, we're going to do this, and else we're going to do this. So unlike normal CPU code, this is not an if statement where while you run it, it says, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do this. No, 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 no. What actually happens is that you compile, when you press play, it compiles 2 shader programs depending on what setting you set here in the material. One shader program that has this here, or another shader program that has this here. And that's what's used. So that's what multi-compile does. Shader feature does something similar to that too. And that's what I wanted to do, but here we actually have to just make that explicit. Cozy surface, double-sided. Or I could say 2-sided. Or I could say no culling. No backface culling. But when I'm looking for this, I'm going to look for just 2-sided. That seems normal and natural to me. And then in here we just do cull off. And now, instead of cutting off the back face, we're instead going to have both sides. And all of a sudden the trees look so much bigger and more vibrant. Because now instead of having one face, it's 2 faces. Okay, you sent me stuff. You're sending me stuff. Okay, sweet. Or you're adding each other stuff. I have Cascade, Resonance, Your Fears, and Doubts. Welcome home to Black Mesa 17. Half-Life. A Half-Life meme in this economy? I like that's the new thing, dude. Saying that phrase. Insert old thing reference. In this economy? Preposterous. Preposterous. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, though, because the normal is not going to be enough information to do this. Oh, my goodness. I've opened a whole bag of worms, haven't I? Because the lighting is going to be wrong because normal, because we're allowing rendering of back faces, can be wrong. And oh my goodness, all of a sudden the rendering is incorrect. So maybe back face rendering was a Faustian bargain we should have never taken in the first place. What? Yeah, I saw Silver Gun. I was like, okay. This is actually good, man. This is the Jersey Club bop we needed. There's a really good Jersey Club beat from a long time ago. I need to pull it up. Hey, the man couldn't have prepared me for this. No, it could not. No, it could not. The Hazard Suit could not have prepared me for this. Me neither. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna be commenting as Cozy Cabin Games. Silver Gunner, man. Silver Gunner is a modern day artiste. I mean, I know it's multiple people, but we're gonna just pretend like they're one person. It's funner that way. Can we go to the prefab? We're gonna do the sad walk of shame and remove our... Also, first of all, this is no longer unlit. This is lit. All right, this is a cozy cabin. A cozy surface. Cozy cabin light. Is that what we're gonna call it? Cozy cabin light? CC light model. Cozy light. I need to make a cool marketing name for this rendering pipeline. Also, probably do the whole thing of making legal stuff over my over all my code, so that it's clear that it's my code. Rotate. Or at least specify legal and not legal use of it. Yeah, this doesn't seem to have worked. Or maybe it did. Maybe I just rotate. And no axis should matter because it's gonna be. Oh, what? This makes no sense. When health beats go harder than my heart attack, a collective Borg, lit fam, fender render. The fender render? Lit fam for the name for the rendering pipeline? That's, oh my goodness. You guys want to watch some Moomin? It's Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. No. I didn't talk to you. We talked about this. I think we talked about it. No, it's not wholesome. You can't debate me like that. You can't do that to me, man. That's messed up, dude. You can't do that, man. You can't keep getting away with it, man. Pivot center. Can we not just oh, because we're explicitly setting the rotation for this. It's not relative. Oh my goodness, I hate Unity. You're stupid, man. You're stupid. Oh, wrong axis too. I was doing on the y-axis. Are we doing the z? Maybe? Except not really? Except kind of, but not really? Oh, because I didn't duplicate it. Duh. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, that didn't do it. That didn't do the trick. Why is one of them off on the rotation? Oh. I need to do plus, that's why. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Plus 90. Okay, they do have something for this, I think. No, they don't. Am I just dumb? Like, what's going on here? Has a parody of the yeah, no, 100%. Silvergun has the deep cuts. Someone's guts gets put. I never watched the manga. You never watched the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared manga? All right, I'm trying to automate something. We're just gonna have to say screw it. going on? Is it only X that's possible? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm also a little dumb. That might be part of the problem here. Wrong axis, and I was doing 90 degrees. That's not a full turnaround turn. There we go. Oh, I'm dumb too because I didn't duplicate it. My goodness. How did this man ever breathe? How did I ever learn to breathe? There we go. Now we have full trees. For a long time. It's just I didn't know about this particular song and it happens that I'm very into the original song right now. Oh, interesting. To the task end. What tasks end? Doing it one by one. We found the way to automate it or do the simplest way. Scofo Gungolian on the automation. Oh no. That's how we keep pushing the game back further and further. That's how we don't get a game. I saw Gungolian and I just thought the Gungoozler from Unus Annus. I was like, why does that sound familiar? Oh, the Gungoozler. The Gungoozler. Yeah. Completely forgot about that joint. Gung Ho. Gung Ho, yeah, that's what you meant. Go the Minecraft Legends route and make an unmarketable game. How is it unmarketable? How is Minecraft Legends unmarketable? I think it's very marketable. As far as, you know, all the other stuff is concerned, that's a different question. But marketability, they have all they need. They have all the things they need. They have all that one could desire from marketing. The Gungoozler. Too easy for hardcore strategy gamers, too hard for average Minecraft players. Very fun though. Yeah, then that's more than enough. Yeah, if you can't market it directly to just one demographic, appeal to the lower denomination of all of those. That's a real thing. That's a marketing thing. Low texture. Let's compute our lighting again. Let's compute and save our lighting. Now that we have new trees to obscure things. Hey, now we have these nice drop shadows. Very nice. Makes me very happy. I need to figure out how this game's going to play in tablet. Actually, I think I have some ideas. I think I might make the UI be somewhat tablet-oriented almost. Like, you can still interact without it, and it's going to be very non-invasive, but a lot of stuff would still translate to tablet pretty well. Like having a cooldown timer per ability. Like a cooldown timer would be useful just here in general, but then making that also the button in which to do that thing works pretty nicely. It's a nice, it's nice. It works for kills two birds with one stone. Add some extra uniformity across all this stuff. The Gungoozler. And I have to play around with the terrain a little bit too. A part of me kind of wants to do a more robust pre-computation. Tilted trees. Yeah, tilted trees. Speaking of tilted trees, I may have to actually tilt it, this one, to make it flush with the environment, with the ground. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little pre-compute again. Yeah, no, I'm thinking about, because like this is fine for simple for what we're doing, but maybe in the future game we would want to have more cool baked lighting, more dynamic baked lighting. And if we end up wanting to do that, and heavens forbid, make it real time, there's gonna be some more stuff we're gonna have to do. Actually, no, not make it real time. If you want to do baked lighting or do real time cast shadows, then there's some more. We have our work cut out for ourselves here. I'll tell you what, boy, we got our work cut out for ourselves. All right, all right. It's still satisfying seeing the vertex light. Like, that's super N64 looking, man. It's all a gamer can desire. Honestly, I might make these trees bigger. Not these weak, anemic little trees. I want some man trees. Real man's trees. Something I could build a house for a family of 5 with. I tell you what, boy. Boy, I tell you what. I want me some man trees, not some boy trees. I tell you what, I want me some man trees. We're getting like dangerously close to what's his face? The booty warrior. Dangerously close territory to that. I forgot his name. Fleece Johnson was his name. That's right. Fleece Johnson. And man legs and fruits. Anchor arms and man legs. Yes, sirree. There's one baby one there. It's a little baby one. It's okay. She's got to grow. I feel kind of tempted to do the N64 style texture blending. I'm not gonna lie. I like the PS1 sharpness of pixels on 3D geometry. I think it really looks cool. But I don't know. No, I think I'm sticking PS1 styled everything. I think I'm sticking PS1 styled. We're sticking with that. Yeah, I'm committed. I'm committed now. And then save. And then we also got to do a little... Can I get a little... What? A little pre-compute. What? Compute and save. What? Big shadows. Big shadows. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. We have shades here. This feels so much more dynamic. Oh, I love it, dude. And the player steps on it. It just looks great, too. Giving Night City energy. Does it really? Night City energy. Stop fighting me. Get out of here. I want to see how the shadows feel. I need to choose, I need to make more music and have music per area. Because I want to have like a song for the industrial area. I was tempted to maybe use Fmod, but I was like, you know what? Let's stick with the same ethos we've had this entire time of just hand rolling everything yourself. Why would I want to use Fmod when I can just make my own audio blending and management system? This feels nice. I almost want to have the ambient music also be dead when the level is under a certain cleanliness state. So that it just further emphasizes, and then have it come back when you clean up the level significantly. So it just emphasizes that, no, this place is dead and void of life. But because of what you did, now there's like life back in here again. I feel like we're missing some shadows. Like there should be some shadows down there. We saw it in editor. Down there more, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to the city, the Snow City level, and have it be filled with neon lights like that. Though I think that's kind of cool. I think making it work on the city level, the Snow City level, made me realize how much I hate Unity's bake lighting system, and what's prompted me making this. It's all connected. It's all connected, dude. It's all connected. It's all one giant conspiracy, man. One conspiracy, dude. The game feels so much more peaceful without music, honestly. I think I might just focus on ambience, and then when you get into combat, I don't know. And when you get to certain landmarks, music comes back in. I don't know, man. Yeah, like this should be in shadow. No, it's not in shadow. But this should be, and it's not. So I wonder if there's something wrong with my compute. I also wonder if there's something wrong with the shader. One second. There's a material property issue here. Yeah, I have to use... No, it's using per pixel. Water flow shader. What are you using? Using the Cozy Light Frag, yeah. And you're also using the Cozy Light Vertex. Yeah, so you should be subject to all the nice, fun things that would come from our little shadow stuff. And yet you're not participating. Why are you not participating? Why is this? Why are you this way? No, there's nothing. It's not happening here either. Oh no. Oh no, something's gone awry. Horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Oh, I just had to load the. Oh, okay. This is the shadow I expect to see. I was like, there should be way more shadow here. Okay, here we go. Oh, look how cool this is. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, this is the lighting I expect to see. I knew there's supposed to be more. I was like, why is the shadow not popping up? Yes, and it's on the water, and it's... yes. I knew. So majestic. I know, right? Oh, this has all been worth it, man. I mean, this is a little jank here. That's a little jank, but we may or may not fix that. I don't know. Or maybe I just make a custom, instead of using normal maps, I do my custom sprite. Like do a Messy Mansion sprite material that lets you do that lets me do dynamic rim lighting computation instead of, so that way I don't have to write normals or use normal maps. Instead I can just use this. Well, in your Streamlabs. Yeah, they don't. No, it's not my Streamlabs. This is my custom Unity cozy scene overlay. Unity can't handle. Unity does not handle this stuff very well. I should make variants of these trees though. Let's see how we're gonna do this. How we're gonna do this. Blender. I kind of just want to do a cutout, honestly. Like duplicate this and just make like a tree texture and just have a billboard. That might be the way, honestly. Like, well, I don't want to. The whole point of the game is to be kind of lean. I kind of want to be lean with it. Maybe that's just what I do. Maybe we just keep doing the lazy way, as was meant to be. It can't handle the truth. Unity can't handle it. Yeah, it's part of the Stream Worlds thing. I made a light version of it that doesn't. Yeah, I made a light version of Stream World. That does it not support world transitions? It doesn't. Yeah, it's a light version of the bigger one, the one with the whole scene and everything. Yeah, we're gonna yoink this guy. Add some pine. Let's add some pines to our environment. You can't go wrong with pines. Pine. And we're going to go into our level assets. We're going to go into our Summerland props. One day we're going to have a spring cleaning in this code base. Like just organize everything exactly how it should be. No more gross things. Everything beautiful. Original prefab. Yeah, we're going to do an original prefab. Let's go into this bad boy. Man, I made him have deep roots. Get rid of all these planes. I don't need no planes. I'm an independent man. We don't need no planes. And we're going to do... What are we going to do? We're going to do an empty object because this is going to be on a pivot. Create empty. You're going to be there. You're going to be centered. Why is center there? Oh, because because I had it in the wrong place. Meow, 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 meow. And then we're gonna, yeah, you're there. That's still wrong. That's not center. Why are you there? Air control can't contain him. No plane in this no-fly zone. No siree. No planes allowed. And we're gonna make this guy get in here, Cletus. Cletus, get. And we're gonna have this guy be up here. I'm sorry. Can you please? I wish you weren't a liar. I love that Will Ferrell SNL sketch, dude. I wish you weren't a liar. 90. Negative 90. Over here. Now let's do some pixel art, guys. I know, crazy. Me doing pixel art? What? In this economy? What? Crazy. We're going to do 64 by 64. Yeah, sure. We're going to make this a billboard because we're lazy. We're lazy. We're no good. We're schemers. Tomfoolers. And everything in between. In betwixt. Those things. Ooh. I forgot you don't open to a current Ace Sprite instance, do you? No, you don't. And I don't want to have greens that are super weird. You can't comprehend I can't read. You can't comprehend his twisted head mind. My head mind is an enigma. You can't see into it. It's my little secret. I tell you what. And I will tell you one thing. This is going to be super desaturated. Super desaturated. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Like so. We're going to get this done. We're going to get this tree looking nice and great. And once we have it, I think we can retire. We can retire to Costa Rica, guys. Guys, we're going to be able to go to Costa Rica. You get a ticket to Costa Rica. And you get a ticket to Costa Rica. And you get a ticket to Guantanamo Bay. Yay! It's my favorite. Trees are my favorite. You're gonna learn. If there's one thing you know about me, I love drawing trees. Except when I do it bad and it's off-centered and it's wrong. In which case, it makes me it reminds me of all the wrongs I've done in my life. It reminds me of my failings, my shortcomings, why I am subject to the human condition of failing and falling short. And in need of saving. And then we get it right. And that statement becomes not less true. But at least there's one less stressor that's bringing that up. Okay. Let's save this as... No, not in Terrain Painter. We also need to add more tiles to our atlas, but we'll do that later. Assets. Level assets. Summerland. And we're going to call you... Pine Tree. Pine Tree.png. It's got these colors in here. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me, ma'am. I don't mean to be crass or rude. But I just ate me some chimichangas. I'm hungry, dude. I'm realizing that I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. We've been just grinding. Seeking that joy of creation. To partake in it. Because creating is such a joyful, joyous thing. Lunch break? Yeah, dinner break, probably. I don't know. I'm contemplating either we wrap this up and then I hop off. Because I still need to write a dev update. I've been saying I'm going to do it, and there's significant changes, significant progress we've made that I've just not written or documented anything about, and I would like to do that. So maybe we finish this tree, put it in a game, be happy with ourselves, and then call it a day. Maybe that's what we do. And then tomorrow's gonna be my Sabbath. I get to relax. I'm not gonna touch any games. Touch no Unity, no code, no nothing like that. It's amazing how taking a day a week as a Sabbath, not working on the game, not doing any of that stuff, has just vastly improved my my mental health, my approach for the week. I feel a lot nicer to people. I'm not mean. I'm not crass or short usually. It's amazing. It's like we're designed to do that. It's as if we're designed to take a break, man. To take some time. Enjoy life. It's crazy. Apparently, I'm not a machine who just eats pizza and poops out code. But I'm instead a human with feelings and desires. It's crazy. I never knew I had those things. I never knew I desired to play games and not just make them. I never knew. But the shadow demons dragged me back into the coal mines. No, not the coal mines. So, save my boy. Save my boy. Or Sunday. On Sunday, yeah. Yeah, I remember Sunday being the worst for me when I worked at Guitar Center. Because that was like the day for me to be there because no one wanted to work those days. And I was like the newie part-timer. So I was just the guy who did that, and it just kind of sucked. I didn't realize then, but it was actually sucking some soul out of me. I wouldn't have known, but it was true. It's true. I was losing something special. Then I found a church, and I started going there, and then things changed kind of. Except they would still schedule me, and I'll be stuck. Honestly, the worst is like scheduling. Like the thing I hate so much is scheduling, and the fact that you have this thing that dictates so much of what your day is going to look like, and you don't have much control over it. It's like the worst. Sucking soul, but not the good way, like a succubus. Yeah. No, it's yeah, it's not great. What they take from you is not. It's bad. It's very bad. But alas, we require money. I wish businesses just had this thing. Because like, there's always a day where everyone's working. Like, there's no day where society just closes. And I look back at the old times, and they had days like that, where they just go, yeah, we're not working. Today's the day that's closed. Like, even medical stuff, it's like, oh, you'd go to a doctor and go to his house and be like, hey, dude, and then they're like, okay, yeah, medical stuff, okay, let's say we needed to have open, right? But, like, societies existed back then when there was just the assumption that, yeah, we're going to have these days where no one in society is working. That's just not it. We're not going to do that. We're not going to have anyone work. That's amazing. And like, there's countries that have siestas, where they just take the break in the evening to sleep, and they just everything just closes down for that time. Why can't we do that, man? Jenny just need to get a chalupa from Taco Bell at 5 a.m. Or hopefully she shouldn't. Like, I don't know, man. It costs empathy. Yeah, money, yes, money and empathy. Things the rich do not comprehend and can never comprehend. Alas. It's like we used to do that, man. That used to be a thing. It's not unheard of. It's been done. Oh, man. Very sad. Look at this tree. That's a nice tree. That's a nice tree. I'll tell you what, brother. That's a nice tree. I love me drawing trees. I love environmental art. If I could paint one thing, it would be just environmental art. I love traveling and taking pictures with my own camera. Because you can like Google stuff and you get some stuff, some inspiration from it and whatever. But it's very different when you go and see it yourself. Different things are emphasized. You find different points that are interesting that maybe most people don't. I love even looking at like industrial machines and work stuff. Like I find that vastly interesting, and the large architecture that comes from it super super awe-inspiring to me. Maybe not awe-inspiring, but very intriguing and very, it captures your imagination. But that's like something most people would just kind of write off and forget, or just be like, it's whatever. And then environments too, you know, there's different landmarks. I love taking pictures of rocks, dude. Rocks are, looking at rock formations and how they, and all that stuff, not only how they form naturally, but also the processes that they're exposed to too. Like, it's all wildly interesting to me, man. And your observation is what makes you, what you see different. Like, a bunch of people can take pictures of the same forest, but you're going to get vastly different results and vastly different things, because what makes a forest beautiful is going to be different for different people. And that's amazing. And that's what makes them them. That's what makes it their experience. And that's kind of what I will seek to witness and engage with. That's why I like doing the road trips. I like doing the long road trips because you get to soak in the things that are neglected. You soak in the things that are, yours. You remember back in high school when I took atmospheric and horizon photos of the sunrise, dawn, and sunset skies? The irradiant violet ones were the best. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. Especially Florida. Florida has some beautiful sunsets, man. Wish I still had those photos. I was about to ask. If you can send me some. I'd love it. Honestly, the only pictures I would actually like unsolicited is environmental photos, okay? That's the only type of photos I would love to be solicited with. That way it can be like nice rocks, nice trees. Ooh, cool bark. That's a nice bird. Gone. Attached to a dead phone. Oh no. Do you still have the phone? It could be saved. It could potentially be saved. I had data saved from memory that was corrupted. That had like just missing or burnt out sectors. You'd be surprised what's recoverable, even years after the fact. I remember having to do a rescue operation on that laptop that's running all the audio because it was a hard drive and it was in the process of dying. And it had all my music ever made on that thing. All music I've ever made in my life is on that. And all the tools I used to make music is on that. And I would not be able to recover it if I lost it. I'd have to just start from zero and somehow figure out. Got broken too far. Dang. That's sad. I wanted to hold out hope. Oh well. But, you have a new phone. You can make new memories, capture some new photographs. Florida's filled with beautiful scenery, I gotta say. In fact, most states have some beautiful stuff in it. Like, I know there's a lot of things in Illinois that I have never just gone to. That I should, and would be very nice. They have a sakura blossom. They have a park that has sakura blossoms blooming right now. And I'm intending to go sometime soon. It would be beautiful to witness that stuff. Yeah, I was talking to someone about this too, but it's also nice taking a break from computer stuff because, like, it's, at least for me, I wrapped up so much of for the longest time, I wrapped up so much of my self-worth, and maybe not self-worth, but so much of my identity in this. Very different things. But now that I feel secure in my skill sets in this, maybe not even secure, because even before I got that, But there's a point where I took a break from all this stuff for like 2 years. And I explored a bunch of other stuff like woodworking and kind of realized, hey, I'm more than just this. I could do, in the words of Conquest, I could do so much more. I'm capable of so much more. And it was like, oh, a kind of eye-opener. I am more than just a programmer. I'm more than just a game or a game dev. And it's great. It's a great experience for me at least to go through and to separate from technology. I keep wanting to do it again because coming back to this, working on the game is fine and streaming, but as soon as I started, and streaming's fine I think too, but as soon as I started doing social media stuff for the game, then things started getting, there's some stuff that starts changing, and the way you perceive things and the relationship with technology just changes a bit. It changes in a way that's a bit not healthy. And I can't just disengage with it because I'm the only, if I don't do it, no one's going to do it, right? So unless I go on Fiverr and find someone to do it for like $5 or something. Maybe, but even then, they're not going to do it with the same care or intention that I do it with. It's just not going to be me, you know? So it's it's a thing I'm kind of contending with. And if I don't keep control over it, it can overtake me. Which is why I'm very conscious. Which is nice having days like tomorrow where I'm just going to not do anything, and maybe I sit down in my rocking chair and read a book with a fireplace sound in the background. For my more than sum of my parts phase. Still waiting to reach my more than sum of my parts phase. That's the beautiful part. Because you're already more than the sum of your parts, man. You're already more than that, man. I suppose the hard part is the recognition. That's the phase for me. Because that was always true about me. But it took that point to actually consciously recognize that that's the case. And far more than that, too. Nice. This is a nice tree. This is a nice tree. Dude. That is a nice tree. That is a good tree. I like that tree. I like that tree. It's upside down. We also have to do some shader texture settings on it. But that's why we have our presets. Pixel sprite preset. 64. Nice. And then we just have to flipper. We just got to flip the tree. On the z-axis. Cool. And then we got to make it humongous. Gymongous. I want to say ginormous and humongous. Gymongous. That's how you say that. That is the word I was seeking for. And then we make this a child of this. Are you kidding? Unpack completely. Prefab. Where's prefab? Really? I can't unpack completely? Huge. Oh my goodness. That's goof. Can I delete? Thank you. He's my favorite actor. Of the Jazzle language. Okay, am I crazy? Where is the plane? There's clearly a plane somewhere here. I don't see it. They lie to me. They say there's a plane here. Oh, because it's scaled to 0 for whatever reason. Thanks, Unity. Or maybe it's just due to some... Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, because this is 0. Oh. I'm just dumb. That's crazy. Check the sky. Proud. What are you... What? There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was confused wildly for a second there. I cannot lie. I was quite confused. I was like, what? Jeans? What? And this? And Nani? Okay. So we have this going on here. It's using the cozy surface. Yeah. It should look like this, but it's going to look weird because there's going to be some branches sticking out of it. And then we have to have this do the look billboard. Look camera. Face camera, that's what it's called. Y, X. These things are wrong. They don't mean the right thing. They say constraint, but they're not. Or I guess Y is, they should be free, like X free, Y free. Offset rotation. No, there's no offset rotation. I think. I don't know. I don't know. But I feel. Where's our pine? This is the moment of truth, and then it either works and I'm happy, or I'm sad. Deeply sad. Grab a stapler while he isn't looking. No, you flummoxed me. It's so cool seeing the editor because you see the fog. Unlike Unity, you see how the fog looks relative to the player, not the scene camera. What time is it? I haven't even checked the time. Okay. So you boys need to be off by 90 degrees, I think. Pine has to be off by 90, I think. There we go, 90-degree offset. That's funny. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. That does not look right in the slightest. Yeah, that does not look right whatsoever. Okay, let's just go back to this. 12, new day. 12 for you. Oh, 12 to you. You've made it to the new day. I'm still here. I'm still surviving. See, this is now my bane, because now we have this geometry here that's cutting through the tree and ruining my immersion. What about my immersion? Why are you doing this to me, sir? I wanted an immersive experience. You provided none of that. What have you provided? Oh, I screwed up, didn't I? I moved this game object. Yeah, this... The pivot was wrong. The pivot was wrong. Okay, now it should rotate at the right... What? No, I was right. It's just I was using the wrong. Oh. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me, man. Come on, man. You're killing me, dude. Okay, here we go. Texture to fold triangle? No. I think I would have to just write a whole new... Or not write. I would have to make a new model. I don't want a model. Modeling is hard. It takes time for me. Modeling takes effort. Oh. Suikabliet. Suikabliet. Yeah. He's looking at me. I'm scared. Yeah, it looks like that tree got impaled. That tree got impaled, man. What did they do to my tree? Leave him alone. He did nothing to you. Yeah, also that kind of tree, that kind of pine tree does not behave like that. Oh, if you want to be cool, there's that tree. I mean, it's more of a Florida thing, but there's that tree that has like a grove that like, hangs down below. You know what I'm talking about? Like it has like stuff that hangs down. I'm not sure if it's a parasite. Tree hanging. Oh, tree and hanging is not a good. Tree moss hanging. I need to look at my Florida pictures. Form of Blender, close it after learning I'd be forced to learn texture nodes. What's so bad about texture nodes, man? Yeah, these like grovey things. Yeah. This stuff, that's the cool stuff. That's the cool stuff. I'm not gonna do it for this, but let me look up actually pine trees. Phantom moss, the scary moss, the chaos moss, miasma moss. We have to make another model. Okay. Maybe I have it saved here. Do I have it saved? I have it saved somewhere, please. Open recent. Tree! Tree! We have tree. We have tree. Yay! I can just... Now you can see my bad topology. Tree crab. Yeah. We have tree. I have tree. Oh, there's some floating quads. Get out of here, quad. We don't like you anymore. And if we have a face, we can keep it. Who cares? Who cares about optimization? Who cares? We have back face culling. That's good enough. Export. File. Export. FBX. Messy Mansion 3D. Repository. To brush your polygons twice daily. I make sure to comb their hair too while I'm at it. Assets. Level assets. Harry Potter. Dude, you know what I really want right now? I want to go back. I want to go to freaking, what's Wawa? I just want to get Wawa subs, dude. I'm so sad. I'm craving that right now. And there's no Wawa here. That makes me immensely sad, Terrell. I crave the Wawa now, and yet I'm denied it. Tree. No branch. It's a tragedy. Travesty. Oh my goodness. I can't see right now. Okay, there we go. Is there a period here too? The only thing that can make me feel whole again is 24-hour McDonald's breakfast, but I don't need 24-hour. I just want breakfast during the daytime like normal. The peach heat chicken at my local Publix on my B-Day. Oh, that's beautiful. It was a lucky day, I imagine. Also, happy birthday. Belated birthday. But happy birthday nonetheless. Oh, this food talk. You're killing me, man. You're killing me, man. I'm so hungry. Let's change our tree trunk. But with no yeah. Yes, sir. It just works like a charm. It just works like a charm. Plug and play. And you can make these trees a little bit lower. Beautiful. Is there any other properties we have for these trees? We don't do any normal maps. We don't do light model. Oh yeah, we're using our light model. We should be using that. Yeah, light model. We're not rendering both sides. That's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. It's not real. It's fake. Food, food, food. Jackhammer, food, food. Oh no, not the jackhammer. Both sides. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Let's see how this looks. Subliminal messaging for eating concrete. Dang it. Now I want to eat concrete. Okay, let's do this first. Let's situate these trees the way we want them to be situated. Place them where we think they're going to be most happy and at home. And then these shadows, I have a bunch of invisible colliders for casting shadows that I may just need to do something about so that we can have a better shape for these trees. But whatever. Whatever, man. Who cares? Who even cares, man? It's amazing. You have to care about all the details, but the player's not going to know about the details. But if you don't care about the little details, then they're going to notice it. It's amazing. It's like you have to care about it so it can be not noticed. If you don't notice it, or if you don't care about it, they're going to notice it. And if you do notice it, they're going to... It's a Sisyphean. It's not even Sisyphean. What is that kind of conundrum? I don't know how to describe this, but it's a thing. I feel like it's got to be a thing. It's a very distinct thing. And then we have to deal with transparency at some point in this game. I have zero concept of transparency in my rendering pipeline. Zero concept of transparency in this rendering pipeline. Then there the players will tell mom, and mom will tell dad, and dad will just sit there and watch TV. And that's kind of the worst, because you really hoped that dad would become more present in your life, and he instead chose to continue to be absent. And that's the real travesty here. The breaking of the family unit. That is the real travesty here. The real sadness. Okay, move it up. I might just get rid of this opening here. So that we can have some room for more trees. You can't go wrong with trees. But with the more trees means more colliders, and I am gonna have to probably implement this collider culling thing so that we're only ever doing physics processing over colliders near you. Though there's a bunch of things that can go wrong from that. So maybe in general we just do whole game object culling instead of just collider culling to prevent bad things from happening to good people. Okay, and let's try this out. Let's see how this looks. It's going to be either immensely beautiful or the biggest disappointment in my life. And then we can call stream here. Ready? What? Why did the player start there? I specifically remember. Did I imagine doing this, but then I didn't do it? Player. Buddy. You belong over here. Get your arse right here. Get, boy, get. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Your moving tree reminds me of this. What am I looking at?
Don't know we're blue. They're blue.
They're blue.
They're green.
Red is all.
They're red.
No.
Son of a bitch.
Dude, I have not seen Game Grumps stuff in a fat minute. Also, who are these characters? I have not seen Game Grumps in a fat minute, dude. Alright, moment of truth time. Moment of truth. Are those? Oh wait, no, not moment of truth, because I forgot to compute the lighting. Should probably do that. Compute and save. Yep. I should make a thing in builds where they automatically do that. Like they load up each scene, compute, and then, whatever. Moment of truth time. Let's see. Let's see. This can be either it or not. Are these trees looking like trees? Mostly. I should probably do normal maps for them, in all honesty. And I can't even gauge the shadows very well because they're covered by the miasma stuff. Honestly, the normals should be... I don't know, man. I forgot to... What did you say? I'm Sorgy, full yoke. What did you just say? What? What did you say? I'm sorry, what? Alright, it's starting to look more like a forest though. This is cool. Preloaded shadows bit. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The shadows, I forgot to pre-bake the shadows. Yeah, yep. Oh man, knowledge really is a curse, dude. The curse of knowledge is a real thing. Such curses, yeah. The trees look nice from afar, though. That's nice. The lighting, though, is a bit wrong. lighting's a bit wrong though. Be losing a fingernail as a result of such. Wait, what? You might be losing a fingernail, dog? That's crazy. Temporary, I hope. Yeah, fingernails do grow back. That happened to my dad. That's crazy though, man. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. That does not seem fun whatsoever. In fact, that seems the opposite of fun. It seems terrible. Do we add normal maps to this? Do we say screw it and just add normal maps to our trees? One second. One second. Yeah, because I think that the leaves also have normal maps, if I'm not mistaken. The acknowledgement of normal maps implies the existence of crazy maps. Yes, the not normal maps. The scary maps. The you cause fear in me. The you scare the children normal maps. Light model. What does this even mean? Why is it called light model? It's called per pixel shading. And then we say yes to using it. Morally ambiguous maps. And then there's like the D&D moral, I forgot what was it, moral alignment chart. There's a chaotic neutral maps. I'm not seeing this receive lighting the way I expect it to. In fact, it's not receiving lighting the way I'd expect it to. Are you even trying? Are you even trying? Cozy light fragment. I gotta say, I kind of want to rename this because like every time I say frag, it feels so close to another slur, or it feels close to a slur. I have to make sure I don't say it wrong. Honestly, I just kind of want to say like pixel, cozy lighting pixel or pass or whatever. Frog, yeah, that's slur. The worst ever. And inclined to good or evil. My map is in fact Shadow the Hedgehog. The Shadow the Hedgehog map? Shadow? Like, dog, what is going on? Why aren't you doing the normal map stuff? Why aren't you behaving like a normal map? Do normal map things. $64-bit. Okay, are you gonna be better now? He's not behaving. Shadow, you must juju on that beat for humanity. Maria Robotnik. Gunshot. Maria! I need to watch the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, man. That's a one piece of media I've been wanting to actually watch for a while. Because they seem genuinely nice and wholesome and cool. And they turned out like a great adaptation of the games. I'm so sad. This is not doing what I wanted to do. All I ever wanted was for this to work, and it's not working. Normal maps works for my character. Why isn't it working for this dude? You can't keep doing this to me. You just can't. Per pixel. CCG model. Like everything's wrong. Everything's right. I've done everything right. Not in theaters anymore right now, but I want to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it on DVD. They still sell Blu-rays, right? I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. Because I want physical media. I don't trust digital media. I don't trust media as a service. I don't trust any of it. I want my goods and or services. Ooh, what if we do this thing? What if we do... Ooh, cool idea, cool idea. What if we do... Oh, this may either be the coolest thing ever or the worst idea in the history of humanity. What if we do 2? Like, what if we duplicate it like this so it has a feeling of depth? It feels like there's some depth to it, but also not. 90, 0. And then we also rotate them by like 45. Or not. So that way they feel like they have depth. They feel like trees. And they respond to light. Yeah, the crossed axis, yeah. A lot of good grass and terrain stuff. When I build, because I may actually just build my own terrain system. But when I do, that's gonna be a thing we have to do, is do the crossed axis stuff for grass and whatnot. Yeah, look at that. That looks so much better now. That looks so much better. Look at that tree. That's a tree right there. That's a real man's tree. Oh, that's a tree I can tree to. Oh yeah, that's a working man's tree. It's so funny watching it rotate. Especially up close. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that actually looks good though. This actually looks good. Jade Giles cross split attack. No fighter's ever defeated it. Dio smirks. No! And then freezes the man and breaks him to multiple pieces. He had a family! Dio! Maybe I should rewatch JoJo's. I said I'm not really doing anime, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Oh. Oh, what? Oh, they're separate? You're separate entities? What? Whoa, dude. That's crazy, man. Whoa, dude. That's gnarly. That feels nice. Looking Arborealis? Arborealis? He just nodded. He said hi. Borealis, Tria Borealis. Steel Ball Run in the works as of now. Yeah. I don't know. I stopped JoJo at Steel Ball Run. There's some good stuff there. Yeah. I don't know. Arboreal Borealis. I used to be so into JoJo. It's crazy how you grow up and you change. Like JoJo's is not my. It's not. I'm not like JoJo. I'm not like that with JoJo's anymore. Crazy, man. These are my favorite trees. I know it's controversial, but I'm just gonna say it, guys. This is my favorite tree. I like this tree a lot. It's a good tree. It's a great tree. Taste change for some. It's a thing. Yeah. And then, I still remember when I see JoJo's. Like I still see what I liked about it, but you know, life experiences, circumstances, changes. Things change, man. Things change. Connotations. I don't know. That's all one can say. Let me also change the spheres we have here, because we have these spheres that are meant to cast shadows, but they're kind of wrong. They're kind of stupid. They're kind of dumb, actually. Ew, gross. Get out of here, man. I don't even like this sphere. It's cool because like the sphere shadow would look terrible in accurate lighting, but because we're doing vertex lighting, it looks perfectly fine because it's gonna look like a light blob anyways. It's fantastic. It's like the perfect use case for our lighting model. Our lighting model just kind of saved us a little bit. It's amazing. It kind of came in clutch, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of clutched out for us. Best tree, put it on the fridge so we can see it every day. Notes, add fridge to display. I like the idea of we're not gonna buy a display to put on the fridge. No, we have the display already. We need to put the fridge onto that display. That's the one thing we need and we're missing. It's called priorities. And let's compute again the shading, and I think we're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna record some gameplay, post it on Sunday for Screenshot Saturday. I love doing that. It's my favorite. Why do I have this Unity Light component? Get out of here. We don't use Unity Light components anymore. I don't use Unity Light components. I use my own component. My own components. Like they say, components make a man. It's like an actual forest now, dude. That's crazy. I forgot to do this. 1 second. Let me add some more over here. See, like this would be a terrain tool thing. Because I am better than this. I don't deserve to manually place my own trees in my terrain. I want a tool to paint them in. Who don't need no Unity light map. No, sirree, I don't. I don't believe in Unity light mapping. I believe in my own supremacy. My own cozy cabin lighting model supremacy. Slay the sun. We slay the sun and the moon. And the sun. And the moon. And the sun. Oh yeah, this is starting to look like something. This is starting to look like a thing, dude. That's crazy. We make things that look like things and other things. We rotate them. Because we can. Alright, this is for realsies. I mean it now. I'm going to say we're... When I get this in there, we're gonna be done. We're gonna be completo Doritos. Life is done. We've made it officially. Yeah, that's fine. We can do more later. I'm just gonna compute this and then test it. Call it a day. You take the moon and you take the sun and Earth goes cold and desolate. Yeah. That is what happens. That's why we don't take the sun and moon. That's why I'm so mad at Pokemon, because they took the sun and moon. I'll never forgive them. The same way Joseph Joestar will never forgive the Japanese. Oh, look how pretty this is. Oh my goodness, our rendering pipeline just looks so good. Our lighting model works so freaking well, dude. Pre-computed shadows. Kind of. Them trees. Everything's dirty, so you can't really appreciate a lot of this, but it looks really good. It looks really good if you clean up the map and take a look underneath. There's a beautiful map here somewhere. You just gotta clean up the game a little bit. You know, this is one of the games where you say, I can save her. I can fix her. And you can! You can fix her. This is the whole point of the game, is fixing it. Cleaning all this stuff up. And you're gonna see how pretty this world actually is. It's a beautiful lesson. What? And now I just need to fix all the bugs and make the rest of the game. Oh my goodness, I suck. I should make the drop shadow be much more visible over the, like if it's over dark stuff, it should actually show up as light, so you can gauge your landings. You can kind of see it, but it's not perfect. Dude, is this gonna be a great game? Maybe. We might be making a great game, guys. I don't know. I'm scared that we may be actually making something good. That's terrifying. We're making something of quality, of note. Now we just need to fill up this area. Yeah, I was thinking about adding like enemies or obstacles here, but maybe the real enemy here is just the big volume of stuff you have to clean up here. He's creating, he's enjoying creation. Oh my goodness. Don't let this man enjoy creation. It almost makes me want to get rid of this wall so you can just see clearly the state of the level here. And then we approach the boss. And then we quickly do the Joseph Joestar technique and run away! Run away! Meow. 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 Oh, dude, if I add some atmospheric lighting to the first part of the level, it would look so great. Yeah, you can see the cleaning. You can see the effects of our cleaning over there. Little by little, you start seeing it. That's so cool, man. Okay, man. I think this is it for today. He's driving, he's swerving, and he's vigorously developing. Yes, sir. Slowly but surely, man. Getting there. You know, one Unity component at a time, we're rewriting this little by little into the ship of Theseus, the engine of Theseus. Is it still a Unity engine if I rewrite every single component of it? Every single module? What's next? I start calculating my own physics? Maybe. Maybe. Actually, maybe. I start implementing my own ray tracing? Maybe. Maybe I need it. Maybe I want to do that. He finally grits. Huh. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I can't get over how good this looks, man. Get the Habzu, Geets a Habu. Oh, speaking of Git, before I close the stream, let's actually push the changes so you guys can see it in Discord. CC Light Pipeline is so good. Goated. The greatest of all time. What is that Terry Davis quote? Where he's just like, I am the greatest programmer ever chosen. I'm not gonna go that far. I don't want to be that prideful. That's prideful to a point of sin. I'm not trying to be like that, but at the same time, this makes me feel like that. What was it? Let me find it. Davis, greatest coder. No, not this question. The best program on earth.
He gave me divine intellect. I'm the best programmer on earth. That's why God chose me. And he gave me divine intellect. This is divine intellect. Isn't it obvious? So I have an ISO creation tool.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I have divine intellect. My own light run model. Except it's not really as hard as that seems. Divine intellect. All right, let's just add let's commit our changes before we lose it. What did we do today? We're in Messy Mansion, right? Yeah, we're in Messy Mansion. More level design and assets. We didn't get to making enemies today, but it's fine. I think the level stuff looks good. So we're gonna push it, and then I'm gonna go to my dev kit. And then let's go to Messy Mansion, CCDK. Messy Mansion's Cozy Cabin Developer Kit. And then git add. And further, more standard surface cleanups. And then we're done. And then they should show in Discord now. And then I'll make maybe I should start making actual video devlogs of talking about this stuff in better detail and depth, because I can show more examples in a clear, concise way. Oh yeah, he has his brightness set to 100. That's the craziest thing. This man wrote his own operating system and everything, and he chose to have brightness be on by default. Like he created a universe digitally, and he still chose light mode. And you know what? Some really smart people just do that, dude. Okay, but in this console, it's in dark mode. But no, yeah, this man's crazy.
And fuck you.
Oh damn. Okay, he knew I was talking about his light mode. Look at this nature, isn't it nice? All right, guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the company and work on this game. Man, I don't know what to say, dude. I just get some rest and get prepared for this week, man. Head into this week with energy, with strength. All right, bye for real now.